Another week down, another video to begin. Hello everyone, Mantupsells here with the Icelandic shirt. Does anyone know what this means? I'll let you guys know in a little bit. But if you don't know, then, that's a little bit of a hint. That's all I'm going to say. And yeah, we have a bit of sales here that I'm going to break down today. We've had some good ones this past weekend here. We've had so much. I want to do like a thrifting breakdown video. I really do, but just today I picked up like 3 boxes worth of books, and like if I do a video on that, that's like an hour long. So I normally just do the what's sold videos because I can just say, hey, this is what's sold. This is the items that really do work. A lot of the things I pick up, I'm like, yeah, these are gonna sell for that, but they haven't sold yet. I obviously haven't listed them, and it normally takes me a while to list them. So I think you guys get more out of what's sold, but hopefully one of these days I'll have time, and obviously in the summer I'll have a little bit more time because we're 3 weeks away from school being over, thank God. And hopefully in the summer I could get a little bit, and hopefully a lot bit more content out for you guys. So hold in there, 3 more weeks, and then we'll have a great old eBay summer, and we'll get to sharing that together. But without further ado, let's break down what's sold. First off, we have Eisenhower. Just today, actually right before I came up to record this video, this item had sold. Also, I want to point out, we actually reached over 370. We're almost there for 400 feedback, which is cool. But we're also over 1,200 listings. I've been listing a lot lately because, like I said, I have so much stuff all of a sudden, so much inventory. But yes, Eisenhower here, a nice hardcover with a dust jacket. We do our media here, our books, our DVDs, our music CDs. We actually have all of it today. We even have games. We don't have any figures today, but I did pick up a little bit of a figure. I'll show this guy off as a little bit of an aside. We got a little Jetsons here with actually with new tags, and that's going for around $20. That's just, hey, that's a little bit of thrifting. I'll put a little bit of thrifting in there for you guys. But yes, I am still picking up my figures and my stuffies and all that, and those are doing well. But we primarily here do our books, and we do our vintage books. A 1981 hardcover dust jacket. We always like these. We look out for these. One of the good telltale signs I always like to tell you guys is if there's no barcode on the back, feel free to manually look it up, because a lot of people, if it doesn't have a scannable, then they'll just, well, it's not worth looking it up. This is obviously, and oftentimes, a good telltale sign that your book is vintage. You can obviously look it up. Oh, look at that. You can try to look in here, see if it says first edition. This one doesn't, but 1981, you can look at other listings and see what they say on the matter. Dust jacket appears to be in very good condition, and yes, this seems to be a nice, good book going out for $20 roughly, $17.77 plus $4.45 shipping. There you go, a nice little start, A brand new and sealed, It's a deal. We did a nice video on this. I'm very proud of that video. And yes, brand new and sealed on average is pretty much a deal. So I believe we went in and we got a bunch of brand new and sealed DVDs. And I think this was either part of that video. Actually, I believe this was actually given to me by a friend, so I'm not too sure. I believe this is the one that was given to me by a friend. And yes, that means I would have gotten it for free. So $6.90 plus $3.19 shipping. I just wanted to show this off because obviously I like saying when you see brand new and sealed stuff, obviously don't blindly pick it up. I would always give it a scan or a look over. But sometimes, if there's so much brand new and sealed stuff, I would say on average, at the worst, you're going to get these around $5 flips, which is not too bad as long as you're charging shipping. I always want to say that. Charge shipping on these low price flips, because let's say you're selling something for $6.90 here and you pay $3.19 in shipping, but you didn't charge for it, then that's half of it, and then you have promotion fees, which I promote at 1% because, I just want it in that algorithm, and then you have whatever final value fees, obviously cost of goods, and it's not looking like you're profiting that much, if at all. So charging shipping is crucial for these small flips to work. Obviously, if you get it for free like this one, yeah, it's a little bit of a different story. But I do have plenty of new and sealed, like I believe this one here, that I did pick up. And this one was, again, it was like, I had this out maybe $3.90 because it was really kind of a bad one. It hadn't really sold before. So it's one of those times when you pick up things in bulk, every so often you get some stinkers with it. And, I don't mind $3.68. We picked this up, I don't know, maybe 50 cents. This is not a winner. It's not beautiful. But the other ones that we picked up alongside it were better, were nice. So sometimes it's just about getting your money back. Maybe you get the buck out of this that you want. Something a little bit better, though, and this is a little bit of advice that I always like to stress when we have cases like this, and it's when we have a PC game disguised as a CD. So every so often you'll be looking in the CD bin, and normally it's music or something along those lines, a soundtrack for a movie, which we actually did get a bunch of Disney soundtracks. That was really good, around 20 bucks for like 6 of them. So that was good. And then there were some really vintage Disney ones. I listed them today, actually, and they were around $15 each. Vintage CDs and music like that, especially Disney or well-known stuff, can be good in a lot or individually. But every so often, in these music CD areas, you'll see video games. And they'll normally say, like, PC CD-ROMs, and you'll want to look out for that CD-ROM. And what it is a game. It's a game for the computer. Now, they will sometimes, I want to make sure that you guys know, they will have the CD key on the back. You're going to want to cover that up whenever you do a listing like this. So this one happened to be, I believe I showed this off in a video not too long ago, Monster Truck Madness 2, and I found this, and I maybe paid, I don't know, CDs are really cheap. It was either like 30 cents or 10 cents, at the most 50 cents, less than $1 for sure. We got $7 plus $3.19 shipping. I took a best offer. I think I had it out there for $9 or so. So taking it for $7. I didn't mind. Sometimes I like just taking an offer to get things moving. We're in the selling business, not the storage business, as we like to say here in this household. Yes, so this thing went, and there are, obviously, it's on a scale, right? You don't want to blindly pick up things, but whenever you see these PC games in there, like today, I think I found it was like a Math Blasters or something, and it was just perfectly disguised in the music CDs, because a lot of these places, obviously, I don't really know like what the difference between like a Microsoft game and a bit of music is, because they're all the same cases. This is the same little jewel case that you'll see normal CDs in, and they're just games. And sometimes you'll find a really good old game. Sometimes it's the middle of the road. A lot of them are old Microsoft games you'll find. But there are some gems. Like sometimes you'll find, like I found like the Warcraft games, the Diablo games. But you can find other stuff like that. If you don't know what those are, they are infamous old games. So you can always look for those. It'll be rare to find them, but you know, they do show up. They do show up. I've found them out in the wild. So yeah, looking for your old PC games in with the music CDs. It's a nice little side objective to keep things interesting. Here we are. Moving on. We have Uncle Wiggily. Another $7 plus $3.82 shipping. That's pretty cool. This one I wanted to talk about because it's obviously very vintage book. And it was in the kids section. So the kids sections around here normally have very, very cheap books. So vintage kids book it's very good, very lucrative. You can, I guess around here, I know it's kind of depends where you are. But for me, the kids sections and like I guess the young adult, young adolescent book section. I don't know how to say it. I always just say the kids section. They have like a books, and they normally charge it like 10 cents for them. So I don't know if that's true everywhere for books, but yes, kids books, children's books are normally a lot cheaper, especially the vintage ones can be very good. I remember like you pick up some of the vintage Dr. Seuss books, and you'll get like 20 bucks for them, and it's stuff like that. This one is obviously kind of a random one out of nowhere. Again, I think I had this out for $9.90. I just took a $7 offer because I didn't have much in. So just getting those flips, just sometimes when the offer is right, I want to definitely express this to you guys. This is how I think about offers. Normally, if an offer is okay, I normally just accept it. And why? Because if you counter offer, I find most of the times you don't get anything back. They normally just ignore you or decline it, or they normally, like I said, just don't do anything. So I normally will just take the offer because I feel like getting that guaranteed money for that item now is worth it. It's worth the $2 off. Now, if it's something that is like half the price of my item or less, or I've just listed the item today and someone sent me like kind of a lowball offer, I will normally pass on those. I will not take that. That's my cutoff. I will try to fight it for like, hey, can you get up a little over half of my value for this? Because I don't think I don't list anything unreasonably. I normally list very competitively and normally undercutting people. So when I take offers, I want to make sure it is still pretty close to what I have it as, because I normally list fairly fair. So yeah, that's my philosophy on it. Obviously, if you try to get your top dollar and you're okay to take a little more of a hit, that's definitely how, if you structure your store, that's how it is. But for me, I normally try to get competitive to being like the best person selling the item. Like And obviously that does attract people trying to get it for even cheaper. And, my other people will tell me that's because they'll send those offers really low and try to resell your item. And hey, I'm all right as long as I'm getting what I deem a fair offer. I think $7 for like a $9 item and with shipping is absolutely fine, especially something I put 10 cents into. I'm not going to cry about it. This one's a weird one. This one I actually had returned to me, which was odd. It was some weird reason I could never really understand. I don't know. Sometimes with returns, you gotta do it because you don't want the red mark. You don't want the red stamp on your store. So you just take the returns and you can relist it. And I just wanted to tell you guys this little bit of a quote unquote success story because I had this item out there for maybe it was one of those like $3.90 items. Like we're just gonna get it gone. And we relisted it, and we relisted it for a lot more. We sold it here for $5.50. So I've now sold this thing again, but this time like $2.50 more than what I had it out for there before, and we tried shipping, obviously. So yes, somehow we have raised the cost and sold it again. I really don't know how, but we did pull that off. And so it's going out for a second time, and if this person wants to return it, then hey, I'm just going to give them a full refund, and it's gone. We're going to bring it back to computer games. Aerial Ace. It's not Aerial Ace. I don't know. I said that. Allied Forces. I was just thinking Aerial Ace for other reasons. But yes, this is it's not a Microsoft one, but it is a flight game. You'll see sometimes like flight simulators out there. And this is how we take pictures of PC games. We show off all the things. Make sure you always show off all the things. Wow, cool box. A cool box! We like cool boxes. Yep, we found this at a Salvation Army. Paid maybe, 50 cents for this. This is obviously an older listing of mine because I go free ship. Because I always did free shipping in the past. For $20 for kind of a cheapo item, I'm fine with that. $20, we'll pay like, $3, $4 shipping on this. And we'll call it a day. This is a solid sale. Like I said, I do value video games. You don't find many video games by me. So having this one sell, having this in my store, I like having my video games because it's stuff that I like doing, so I like selling it. But you just don't find it that much, and that's kind of one of those points that I want to stress. When you're starting or doing eBay actively, you're gonna want to, your store is semi-dictated, obviously by what your interest is, but what your thrift stores and local areas have. Because you can't just go like, I'm going to be a video game reseller and you have no video game, or, I want to be a console reseller. I have not found like really any consoles anywhere. And the ones I've found, were either ridiculously lucky, like they were selling a Wii for $5 to $10. I was like, whoa, okay. You sell those for like $100. So that was like crazy. But you'll see like Xboxes, like Xbox 360, and they'll charge like $80 for it. It's like, okay, so you're buying that, and then, okay, you can't resell it at all for anything. So yeah, a lot of the times, like I said, your store is dictated by what is around you. And for me, a lot of media and a lot of cheap books, a lot of cheap discs, and a lot of movies, every so often, the occasional game. I'm kind of in the woodsy area, northern, a lot of old people, so a lot of vintage stuff, a lot of old bone stuff. And I like that. I have a lot of value and a lot of appreciation for that stuff. You'll find a lot of the old Dr. Seuss, a lot of old war books. I picked up a lot of war books in the past week or so. A lot of just like 1911, 1880. And you'll find these really cool things, and it's like a little bit of history. That's why I really like what I do with media. We don't, unfortunately, have any like cool old ones. We have a few cool old ones. Actually, even a few here. We have a nice old one. But it's not like an old war one or old dusty tome, as I like to call them. But yes, your store is, in my store, I guess, if you live obviously in a more populated area, is heavily determined by what's near you. And so you won't see a lot of video games. And I guess for me, it's hard to find like those plushes or the figures. But every so often we do try to expand into different brackets because I like using the most of a thrift store. Because when you're in there and you're sourcing, you want to get the most out of your time, so I try to expand my store within my margins. I don't want to go and bite off more than I can chew, because I do very well with the media and all those things that I have done, but that is because I've slowly grown into those things. If I only did books, I don't know how well I would do. I do like doing multiple things. I like expanding very slowly, very measured. This is just how I've done my business and how I've tried to grow my business. And I'm just giving you guys random advice on this is just how I've done it and how it is by me. Probably completely different if you're in a more urban or suburban area. I'm in a very rural area. I pronounced it correctly and kind of the first time. Very proud of myself. Feats of Flame! Feats of Flame! There we go. Random dancing. Random dancing music book. This book, lol. This is actually, it has a manual of it. Yeah, we like showing that off if it's a complete thing. River dancing! I don't have tap shoes, so you can't hear any of that. But this one I listed literally the same day it sold. $888. $319. What about that? What about that? I really don't know what to tell you about this other than it sold really quickly. I have picked up, and actually the next item is again another like random like live recording of a music event. These will go, and they normally go pretty slowly, but this one went really quick. I actually really don't know why. This was actually picked up by my mom. Like your mom's. It went in and it went out, and I don't know. She has the magic touch. Maybe she's better than me at this stuff. She's watched too many of my videos. She's ascended to greatness. This one I picked up. I picked this one up. Boom! 33. I've held on to this forever, though. I held on to this forever. Look at this horrible picture. Horrible picture back in the day, man. I even didn't have this as the second image. Oh, my God. How we grow, how we change, and how we improve. Tom Jumbo Avivo in Montreal. This is probably Canadian, but I have no clue. 33. Wait, that's pretty good. We paid maybe $1 for this a while ago, and so we held on to this for a bit, but it's gone. Once again, it's a oddball. It's a mystery item. It's one that it's kind of like, will this ever really sell? I don't really know. I'm going to get it. I'm going to take the risk. And we took the risk, and I'm happy we did. $33 that we did not have yesterday. This was what I was talking about. This is kind of the run-of-the-mill vintage kids book that you'll find. Boy and a Dog. Doesn't get more simpler or wholesome than that. That kind of looks like my dog. That doesn't. Does that look like me? Not at all. Okay. But that kind of looks like my dog. Yes, in 1944. Like I said, you just find a lot of these old vintage books. We have so many of these. $10, $382 shipping. And I always say like $1 in, $10 out is pretty fair. I will do that. I will agree to those terms. But this, once again, was a kid's book, so I paid way less than than normal. So yeah, trying to find those special deals, those very low cost items, and you might not get a lot out of it, but you didn't put a lot in, so it balances out. I kind of like those because I don't like a lot of risk. I'm one of those guys. If I ever did a slot machine, I'm only putting a penny in. If that means I only win 20 cents at the end of it, I'm happy because I didn't lose. I didn't lose, and that's what matters to me. Is staying in the green and avoiding the red. And that is a good way to do business. All right? If you get anything from this video, stay out of the red. Stay in the green. 2555, The Crossing, Cormac McCarthy. I believe I watched this guy's movie, and it was that one. It was with the murderer, and he murders people. And this guy with the money. I was going to say Brokeback Mountain. Why would I say that? That's clearly not what this guy wrote. It was No Country for Old Men. And I hated that movie because it had such an unsatisfying. It was so like, all right, the main character died off screen, and then the murderer just killed his wife, or I don't know. And then what happened next was the old guy just kind of gave up, and like nothing happened. It was so underwhelming, and it was like one of the best movies up until the ending that I thought was underwhelming. Told my friend this. And then he was like, dude, you just don't know the symbolism, and it's just... And he's telling me, like, the murderer found him by tracking the thing in the money. And I was like, no. He was saying, like, the Mexican cartel, anyone that knows this, the Mexican cartel knew where he was because of the money, blah, blah, blah. The Mexican cartel didn't. The murderer did, because he had the... I was like, dude, did you even watch this movie? Clearly you didn't. And clearly I am obviously... far more wiser, far more smarter than he, because I have the ultimate say on everything in this world. Okay, no, I'm getting ahead of myself. But really, I don't know what that was with that movie. I was kind of upset. I really was. It was kind of like when I watched, what was it, Top Gun. I was really sold on this was the greatest thing of my time. and it really wasn't. It really fell flat for me. I don't know. Am I in the wrong? I'm often in the wrong with my opinions. A lot of people think I have a dog ass take on about everything that I have a take on. But that's how I am. That's who I am. And I'll probably never stop doing that and never stop being me. The Crossing by Cormac McCarthy. People like him. My friends like him. And they like his books because they liked his movies. And I don't know if that is a correlation. But hey, a lot of people are like, well, the book was better. And then they'll go and read the book. And they'll find out that the movie was better. Or that the movie really did suck and the book was better. How many times does that happen to you? I feel like there's every so often I'll watch a movie and I was like, no, that was just better than the book. I'm sorry. Again, I'm so stupid. And these are so bad of takes, but they are mine. And it's not every time, but it was like Percy Jackson. Like Percy Jackson was one of those times that movie just sucked. But the book was just, I didn't really like the book either, but it was better, serviceable. A free bin item, a free bin tailoring 100 skill item. This is obviously a knitting book. I'm just making a video game reference to my dad because he watches these videos all the time. Anyways, I just wanted to stress the fact that sometimes there are free bins. Sometimes thrift stores are looking to get rid of stuff. They're probably going to throw it away. Just they don't want to sell it. You know, maybe you strike up a conversation. For me, they have a bin of stuff that they're just trying to get rid of. And this is where I want to let you guys know. A lot of the times, ask a friend, ask other people. Everyone has junk. You probably have junk. Try selling your own junk. I always say that. Best way to start doing eBay is selling your junk. So, hey, one man's junk is another man's treasure. This is evidenced by Blackwork by Blesley Barnett. This is $5. I paid nothing for this. I picked it up out of a free bin into my store, out for $5. Not much, but I didn't pay anything for this, so I don't really care, right? I don't really care what I got because it's just infinite money. It's infinite green right there. So yes, ask your friends. Obviously, if you have good friends, I mean, they probably won't deny you, like, oh, wow, thanks for taking this off my back. Now I don't have to do this. I have a friend this summer who's, like, cleaning out their house. Like, yeah, come over, man. Like, I just, I've sold my books. I don't really care about them anymore, and they've already been giving me books. And, yeah, I like to let you guys know when I have something that I actually bought and then something that I got for free because I think that kind of matters. I don't want to be selling you guys a facade like, and I bought this book and I sell it for $4.90 and, the profit margin on it work out in such a way. No, I paid nothing for this book. Paid nothing for whatever one that sealed the Passion or the Christ DVD. I didn't pay anything for those, and that's why I'm okay with these $4.90s. Or if I did pay, I only pay like so little. If that's when I'll sell something for $4.90 like that. Just want to let you guys know. Look out, and your friends will probably look out for you. You know what I mean? Just try to reach out, and everyone. If you have good friends, they'll probably be pretty good to you. I'm very fortunate. I have good people around me. They definitely. I wouldn't say they admire what I do, but they definitely are like, that's pretty cool, man. And I like that. I like that I have people that don't like, reselling, that's such a junk job, blah, 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 blah. Because I feel like I hear a lot on the platform. I'm going to rant a little bit because we're on the last item here. I feel like I hear a lot on the platform. Like there's a negative connotation around reselling. And I just feel like, I don't know. I mean, I guess there might be. But everyone that I know is kind of like, yeah, that's cool, man. You do you. I feel like the context for me is like, hey, it pays for my college. I have so much, like, just spare money now that I wouldn't if I worked some crappy 725 job. And you can't beat that. I just love this. I love this little position that I found myself in. If it weren't for COVID and all the weird circumstances surrounding it, I would not have done this. It was purely because I was locked inside my house for a little bit, and we were like, you know what? Well, we ain't going to be working for a while. What are we going to do? And then my parents were doing eBay, and I was helping them, and then I decided, I'll start my own store, and I'd help them a little bit, and then pick up a few items here and there, and I know I've shown them off on it every so often on a video, like, oh yes, this is one of my first items, because I remember, like, every item I got the first day, and once again, they're all low-risk items, but they took a while to sell. I just bought a bunch of anchors, essentially. But yeah, a very interesting character development. I would recommend this to everyone to just try to have something of your own. It is really cool. I like it a lot. And yeah, double thumbs up for being a reseller. Definitely give it a go. There's some hardships and, you know, there's some learning curves, but hopefully you get over them. And, you know, if you have any questions on how to start reselling or anything like that, I did a video last week like how I organized my store. I want to try to do more videos like that because I actually really like kind of the conversation about like trying to become a reseller and maintain being a reseller. Very interesting to me. At least I find the topic interesting as a reseller. Let's get to the outro of the video and go full cam. So what I thought would be a kind of a quicker video, I ended up starting to rant. And I ranted, I did. I'm so sorry. And if anyone actually sat through that, God bless you. All right, God bless you. I bless you. Bless your face. There was this old guy who I'm gonna do this for my outro today because he doesn't do videos anymore. But I always thought this was the best outro. His outro was bless your face, and if you sneezed in this video, bless you. Peace out. Boop. But I'm not gonna do that because obviously we always soldier salute and peace. We'll see you guys when I see you next. Take care. Get thrifting. Get listing. Do all your things. Succeed. Do well. And I'll see you on the other side. Peace!